Patty ain't going to jail for nothing or nobody, okay? Especially not in another country. Y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patty, for those of you who do not know, and we're getting into another travel based video. Today we are going to talk about how to plan a group trip, specifically a girls trip. At this point, I think by the end of this year I'll be at 30 girls trips that I've been on. I think I'm at like 26 or 27 right now, but by the end of this year it will be 30. So your girl is a vet in the game, and I have tips. I have some advice to help you ensure for a smooth, good, happy trip. And if you need some other advice as far as how to pick a travel partner and how to stay friends on a girls trip, then baby, I got you covered. I have 2 videos that you can go and watch, because listen, after all these girls trips I've been on, I understand why people end up, friendships end up ending over it. So I wrote down some notes to keep us organized and on track. So number 1 is going to be set your objective for the trip, okay? Is this a relaxation trip? Is this a bonding trip? Or is this a we getting lit and we turn up the city type of trip, okay? We need to know what the objective is, okay? So everybody is on the same type time. Everybody's in agreement on what the moves are going to be. You do not want to have people thinking they about to be relaxing, feet up on the beach, and you like, club, another club, beach club, this place, that place. Let people know what the objective is so they can decide if it's something that they want to be a part of or not. Number 2 is to choose your trip attendees wisely. Y'all, I think there's just this wave of people who just want everybody in their life to be travel friends. All of your friends are not travel friends, okay? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Everybody is not somebody that you can go out the country with. Some people are just brunch friends, okay? Some people are just turn up in your city. Some people are just road trip friends. Every person in your life is not somebody you necessarily want to go on a trip with, or especially out the country. I am going to reference those 2 videos again, but in a nutshell, Patty ain't going to jail for nothing or nobody, okay? Especially not in another country. And y'all, it's not happening. It's just not going down like that. So when I tell you to choose your attendees wisely, know what type of habits they have, if you're cool with those habits or not, if you get my drift. It is so important, y'all. So please reference those 2 videos. I will have them linked. Number 3 is going to be set the dates, okay? I'm a big fan of creating a group chat. I am that person, okay, with the Android that's going to churn the chat a different color. But if you prefer, you can also create the chats on Instagram or wherever platform you choose, y'all. I really like Instagram because you can go back through, especially when you're searching for activities, and just filter between like what information y'all send to each other, reels or whatever, just to keep things organized. But make sure everybody is aligned on those dates. And another subsection of that is go ahead and put them PTO requests in right away. Y'all, I cannot tell you how many instances I've known of people and other people's people where they wait until like a week or 2 before the trip to go in and put the request in when you knew about this trip for months in advance. Put it in right away, especially if it's going to be around a holiday center time. Number 4 is to ask what the budget is. Y'all, we are friends, okay? If you're traveling with somebody, then they should be your friend or your significant other, somebody that you can be comfortable with. If y'all cannot be honest about your finances, then you should not be traveling together. Bottom line, point blank, period. If you can't say, hey girl, I want to go, but I'm only trying to spend $500. Hey girl, I want to go, but I only got X amount of money. If you can't have them conversations, you should not be traveling with that person. Bottom line, point blank, Period. That's what it is. Ask what the budget is. Understandably, life happens, right? Lives for everybody, but go ahead and ask what their top budget is. You can even do a breakdown of, hey, how much would you like to spend on lodging? How much would you like to spend on activities, to come up with some type of group minimum, okay? Number 5 is to set the lodging and the flights. Y'all, lodging is gonna come to your preference, but I'm gonna let you know just upfront and honest, I am not an Airbnb girly anymore. I feel like Airbnbs have been wonderful for family vacations with my family. Typically when we travel together, we do those style of vacations where we do those rental type units at different places where, you know, they have the kitchen, they have all the bedrooms and different amenities. But y'all, keep in mind when you're planning these trips, asking yourself these questions of like, are these my friends? And are my friends friends? Or are these my friends that are here to celebrate me? Because just because they like you, don't mean they're gonna like everybody else. Doesn't mean they're gonna like cohabitating with everybody else. And y'all, sometimes when you are bringing a group of women together, we need our space, okay? We need our space. Some of us have been single and living alone for a while. We have our own routines, and sometimes when different things happen, things go wrong, things can get heated, people need their space. Number 2 reason why I'm not a big Airbnb person anymore is I've had some bad experiences outside the country where we've been catfished completely about lodging. I mean, saying that there was like 2 or 3 bedrooms and the extra bedroom was separate. It was like in a separate building from the house. Like, also having, you know, Airbnb can cancel on you the day of. They can cancel you the day of for a variety of reasons, y'all. I've had loved ones on the way to their Airbnb and they get canceled. And they're in their rights to do that. So then you gotta have a backup to the backup, like, okay, if this gets canceled, where else are we gonna stay? Keeping in mind it's gonna take time for that money to get back on your card. Okay. So I don't got time for that. 2, I also like arriving whenever the flight is cheapest for me. So one of the reasons I am a resort girly is you can pull up at any time. You can get to that resort at 9 a.m. check-in is not till 4. They're going to take your bags. You can change real quick into your bathing suit and you can start eating and start enjoying the resort. Okay. You can't pull up anytime you want with the Airbnb. And I just don't like that. I don't like that. Sometimes it's hard to get into them. Sometimes the directions. Y'all, I'm at the point where convenience is that's just the type of time I'm on. Okay. I really, really enjoy the separation. I enjoy like bringing people together, and that's doing group things. But I also feel like when you're spending a certain amount of money to go on vacation, people should be able to have and feel like they're on vacation too and not constantly suffocated. I probably will do some of the villa style arrangements, you know, when I do get a significant other and I want to go on like couples trips and stuff. But as of right now, y'all, I'm just not feeling it. But I will say some of the resorts do have those villa houses, so that way if you still want to, you know, enjoy the all-inclusiveness, you can. Another reason I'm big on the Airbnb, y'all, is everybody got different dietary restrictions and preferences, y'all. And trying to go to the grocery store, create a menu that everybody likes, like, it's just work. I don't want to do work on vacation. I don't want to go to the grocery store. I don't want to have to cook. I don't want to have to clean. I want to be able to call the front desk and ask for more towels. This need to be cleaned, that. Like, I want to feel like I'm on vacation. So I'm really not an Airbnb girly anymore unless it's like immediate family or possibly 2 or 3 people. But you're saying you talking about a group of like 6 or more, count me out. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Okay, that was a whole lot. I'm sorry, y'all. I felt passionate about that. But yes, so also I utilize travel agents, y'all, for when it comes to lodging. And I like that whoever you're rooming with, you can opt to do the flights with your room or just do the room. I also like the fact that you can do payment plans. I'm a payment plan on a trip type of girl. And also, y'all, I do not like monitoring grown people about money. I don't want to have a whole little spreadsheet of this person hasn't paid this person still owes this. I want that out of my hands. So I really do love utilizing travel agents, y'all, because just please do the work. Everybody know what they're supposed to pay. Everybody knows when the last payment is. You can divvy up your payments however you so choose to do it. But I don't like that ownership being on me. So also, another reason why I like the travel agent aspect is because typically the money is due a month in advance. So you will know a month in advance who is really coming and who is not. We're not doing this last minute, I'm not coming, I'm pulling up. Absolutely not. Because when you do that, the cost changes and you inconvenience everybody, y'all, and I really do not like it. I even have gotten to the point now with some of the things that I plan that I let people know in advance the money is not refundable. You pay your deposit like you hit, because it's not everybody else's fault. Understandably, if there's like a death or something, but if it's just a poor mismanagement of communication and finances, y'all, that is one of the things that irritates me the absolute most. So again, travel agents a good way to know at least 30 days in advance who is really going and who is not. As well as travel insurance. Very important. Number 6 is gonna come out to building out the itinerary. Y'all, I am type A. I can admit it. I am very, very type A. And I also really don't like people asking me a lot of questions. Like, I really don't like it. I try to be as detailed as possible so people do not come back with a whole lot of questions. When you're trying to plan a group trip and everybody's asking you 1,000,001 questions, everybody's asking you for updates, it just creates a lot of anxiety and it's irritating and it sucks the fun out of the trip planning and coordination. So y'all, I like to have that itinerary out very much in advance so that people have enough time to order their outfits, so people know. Also the distance. When I'm doing itineraries, I also put in the distance of where the places are and what time we need to be leaving. And when I say leaving, I preference it and said this is the time we need to be in the transportation headed to where we're going. So also that lets people know when they need to start getting ready. It takes everybody a different amount of time to get ready. If you're a 2-hour girly, if you're a 20-minute girly, you know what buffer you have to get ready. Okay. I also like to arrange nap times. Okay. Girls in their 30s, the naps be needed. And I also like to have downtime, because again, if people are spending all this money, y'all, please give them time to do something they want to do on this trip. I'm like, even if it is your birthday, like, give people the space and opportunity to do an excursion they want to do alone or whatever it is. Give people some time, okay? So the itineraries are big to me. Typically when it comes to planning trips, y'all, the more advanced the best. I'm getting ready to do something I have never done. Typically, I will tell you, for my 30th birthday trip, which I did vlog, I went to Cabo. I told my friends a year and a half in advance that I was planning a trip for my 30th. A year in advance, I told them in a couple months I would have the information out. 7 months before my 30th birthday trip, I had all the information out. I knew what places I wanted to go to. Some of them I couldn't make reservations to a month out in advance, but yeah, everything was priced because, y'all, I want to give people the opportunity, especially if you're staying at an all-inclusive resort and you want to do other things, that you're giving people the time and the choice that if they want to eat on the resort, get their drink on, and just show up for you, then they can, versus, you know, like, let them see the cost of the restaurant. Like, all that stuff you gotta budget into. I hate, like, pulling on people's pockets at the last minute. And I feel like a lot of times people get so upset for people not showing up for you for your trips and your events, and it's because you didn't give them enough time. You're really and truly robbing people the opportunity of showing up for you. Advance notice, y'all. I don't want to not know what's going on. When you're spending, like, you're going out of the country, you're spending a lot of money a week before we go. Absolutely not, especially when you're traveling with multiple people. If it's just me and a homegirl traveling, 100%, it's fine. You can flex your time a lot more. But when you're coordinating with a lot of people, give people advance notice. Give them time. Something else I include in the itineraries is dress code. So a lot of people, when they go on trips, y'all, they want to have theme nights. Let people know that, y'all, a month or two in advance, okay? Y'all already know your girls love the Shein, and Shein takes some time to get here, okay? So give people the time and the opportunity to shop around, figure out what they want to buy. Usually I'll say, like, okay, birthday dinner, stun on them. Wear your favorite dress or outfit that makes you feel fire, sexy, attractive, like you that girl. We might have one night where, like, I think for the boat, for my birthday, I did animal print theme. But let people know these things in advance, y'all. Like, this last minute stuff is not it, okay? It can get real messy real quick. Another tidbit about the building out the itinerary, y'all, is as the planner, a lot of people don't realize how stressful it can be, but what really helps is to buy all of the tickets. Y'all, sometimes you have to be that person when you really want things to go well that's going to take the hit and put the charges on your card. I'm not dealing with people who haven't got their tickets for things. I buy them all together. I buy them all together. When it comes to booking the boat, it's already reserved. And then tell people when you need the money by. Do not, I repeat, do not rely on people to buy their tickets, because somebody is going to forget. Somebody is going to forget, y'all. Somebody is going to forget. Even when it comes to reservations, when I went to New York last year, I went ahead in front of the money because a lot of those nicer restaurants, they required like $10, you know, deposit per person. Yeah. But when you're dealing with costs like that, y'all, you just gotta be, somebody gotta be willing to front the money, okay? If not, you just gonna have to throw things up in the air. And if you're traveling with like 2 or 3 people, it's easy to just walk in somewhere. You coordinate with 5+ people. You can't just walk in certain places and get reservations in the time that you think that you can. Okay, y'all, that was a lengthy one. So now we're getting into transportation. Y'all, depending on where you go, you can decide if you're going to rent a car or if you're going to do the taxi Uber thing. When you go to certain countries, especially like Mexico, when you're staying on the resort, they will tell you not to get into Ubers. Okay, they're very serious about it. They will make sure you're using a reputable taxi company. A lot of the resorts I've stayed at, they marking where you're going, who you're going with, that license plate number, and when you coming back. Very serious thing depending on where you are going. Another reason why I love the travel agents, y'all, is because they coordinate your travel from the airport to your resort. Like, y'all, I just be wanting things handled. Like, I don't want to be in charge of doing everything. It can be very, very taxing, but that's why I really love utilizing that. And some of the resorts will have airport shuttles, but those are things to consider as well. But definitely be very careful and be very safe depending on where you are going about transportation. Please do your research. And when I say research, I don't mean just look at one Google article, okay? I'm talking about you need at least 10 videos to support your claims, okay? I know we've gotten into this like clickbait type of, you know, environment and culture, but like we need to do deep research because it could risk your life. Like, it's a very serious thing. When it comes to renting cars, depending on where you're going, sometimes it can be cost effective, but keep in mind, if this is like a turnip trip, somebody got to be the designated driver. And sometimes it is very hard being the designated driver when you are the only sober person and everybody else is lit and loud and carrying on. So definitely keep that in mind, because somebody is not going to be having as much fun as everybody else. Okay, number 9 is to plan for the unexpected, y'all. Typically the very first day I'm traveling somewhere, I will only thing that's on the itinerary typically is dinner. And that is because y'all know, especially in the US, y'all, the way these flights have been going these past few summer travel seasons, things happen. Flights get canceled, flights get delayed, like that travel day is exhausting. Sometimes you up 3-4 in the morning or earlier. People are tired. Let them just come in and kick their feet up and only have to worry about dinner. And make it as late as possible. Because that first day can be a lot. Going to different countries, standing outside in the heat, going through customs, like, bro, you be tired. So I definitely recommend not overdoing your very first day and to plan for the unexpected, because things happen, y'all. For my birthday, my 30th birthday, we went to Cabo. One of the reasons I chose to go on that side of Mexico is because my birthday is always during the active part of hurricane season. And would you know, on the left side, here come a hurricane. It ended up working out perfectly. We were able to reschedule the boat for the day it was supposed to be the most rain, and it ended up having the perfect weather. But you got to be able to pivot, which is another tip I highly recommend when choosing people to travel with. And the next thing I did want to talk about, y'all, that I forgot to add on my list is choosing roommates. Let's talk about it. I firstly room people by temperature. I am a girly that runs hot. I am a super sweater. There are 2 things that are going to irritate me constantly when I'm traveling somewhere. That is me being hot, and that is me being hungry. One of the other reasons why I love hotels and resorts is because they always got a little coffee shop, a little restaurant, a little cafe. So even if you're staying with people who only eat 2 meals a day or 1 meal a day, and you will 3-4 meal a day type of girly like me, I can get up and give me a little croissant and give me a little coffee. So I do try to room people together by temperature. Next, I would say early risers, try to keep them together. And then third, duration. I really try my best not to put more than 3 people in a room. I really prefer just to do 2, because that's another reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Airbnbs, is you got a lot of women together trying to get ready in 2 bathrooms. It is a lot, okay? Everybody trying to shower, everybody trying to use the mirrors. It is just, when you got 2 or 3 people, really 2, this is my favorite, to a bathroom, it helps so much, okay? It's gonna shorten the time it takes for everybody to get ready to leave out. And number 10 is just the last tip. I don't even know if we're at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whatever tip we're at, y'all, this is the last one. Is to pivot and have fun, y'all. Things are not just always gonna go as planned, y'all. And I feel like the biggest trip I've had lately that was like that was my 31st birthday last year to New York. Y'all, I woke up, happened to just wake up early. It was way before my alarm to see that my flight had been canceled. Not rescheduled, got delayed, completely canceled, okay? And this was gonna be like a hurry up, turn up, F the city up and leave and go home. Y'all, my flight was canceled. My sister found me a different flight, I think until Baltimore, and then I was gonna take the train from Baltimore to DC. Okay, got on that flight, everything worked out perfect. Y'all, I barely made it on the flight. Like, I made it on the flight and they closed the doors because that flight was earlier than my flight, and I still needed to shower, fish, putting things in my bag. Whew, it was a whole lot, okay? Ended up getting to Baltimore. You always can take a taxi or one of the little buses to the train station. Get to the train station, train is delayed. So it just like had a ripple effect of the whole schedule. Luckily, I was still able to make our plans to do dinner, the Broadway show and everything, but like, y'all, when I tell you, you need people to travel with that can pivot and just pick it up and roll with it, because things are gonna happen, but that doesn't mean that the rest of the trip is going to be bad. Have a great time. I'll have those 2 videos linked down below, and if you have any questions, anything you feel like I did not cover in this how to plan a girls trip, group trip video, then drop it down in the comments and I will answer them all. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.